Welcome back, folks. B Shooter 94. We're here with WCW Sold Out 2003. We're in front of a sold out Rabobank arena of 10,000 people here in California today. I know a lot of people may show their shows with a way higher attendance. I'm trying to keep it as realistic as possible here, with what would have actually been the attendance for a show like this, instead of being kind of unrealistic with the 40,000 it wanted me to have, which I think is just ridiculous. But having said that, we're here, sold out 2003, our second sold out of the save. And we're just going to run down the card as our opening hype package for the pay-per-view begins. Before we start the show, though, I do want to make sure we hit that like goal this time, guys. So make sure you're liking the video, commenting if you're new or if you're enjoying the save. But most importantly is make sure you're liking the video. So let's run down the card, shall we, of WCW Sold Out. So, we have our United States Championship on the line as former champion Dustin Rhodes challenges Rhino for the US title. We have Rob Van Dam facing off against Mark Jindrak. We have Sting versus the Guido. We have Jeff Jarrett versus Chris Kanyon. We have the Tag Team Championships on the line as the Dudleys defend against the franchise. We have the WCW Television Championship on the line as AJ Styles defends against Militia's Berlyn. And in our main event of the evening, we have a grudge match, the final encounter in a cage for the WCW Championship. Loser can no longer challenge for the WCW title as long as that person is champion, as Goldberg defends against the former WCW champion Abyss. All storylines have advanced in a 71 rating to open the show. I'm very excited about this show, guys. I think it's going to be fantastic. And in our opening bout of the evening, and a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Berlyn defeats AJ Styles in 9:43 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Berlyn wins the WCW Television Championship after interference from the Guido. We have a new TV champion. Berlyn pulls off the upset. Berlyn a 64, AJ an 80. Both storylines have advanced in a 71 rating to open the show. Now you may be wondering, why did I have AJ Styles lose here? Well, personally, I don't think he loses anything. Yes, he loses the belt, but like standing wise in the company, we all know where AJ's gonna be, man. Like, AJ's always gonna be a guy I can always go to. Berlyn, I feel like, deserves this. I think he's a guy who I've been able to put in really any spot at any time, and he's kind of held his own, not gonna lie. So I felt the need to, you know what, let's give him a little push here, give him that TV title run. Like I said, 71 rating on the match. And then post-match, Guido celebrating with Berlyn as they are celebrating the TV championship coming back to the Militia. If you remember correctly, Guido at one point was a TV champion back in 2002, and now Berlyn is holding down the fort as the TV champion now. So fantastic, 72 rating on the post-match little celebration there. We get a backstage promo from the father, James Mitchell, and the Monster Abyss. Mitchell talks about how tonight he is going to give back that championship for him and Abyss and make sure that Bill Goldberg never gets a shot at this WCW championship ever again. And he is going to do, or Abyss is going to do, what he did 6 months ago and take Goldberg out of action once and for all. But this time, it's going to be permanent. 71 rating on that, and the championship storyline has advanced. So good backstage promo from Mitchell with Abyss. We're going to get a feud recap of Chris Kanyon and Double J, Jeff Jarrett. This feud is kind of an interesting one. It happened kind of weirdly organically. Chris Kanyon was wrestling BG James, and BG just happened to get a little banged up in the match, and ever since that happened, Jeff Jarrett's been on a warpath to try to take out Chris Kanyon. You know, and the fans aren't really loving Jarrett still from all the crap that he's done, and Chris Kanyon is a fan favorite. So it's a weird little spot here. Jarrett getting back into singles competition is the main goal here. Chris Kanyon and Jeff Jarrett coming your way. Hopefully we'll see what happens here. Storyline has advanced, 67 rating on the feud recap. Man, awesome. And about that fantastic heat and good wrestling, Chris Kanyon defeats Jeff Jarrett in 12:30 by pinfall with a flatliner. Chris Kanyon at 68, Jarrett at 72. The storyline has advanced. This match got the crowd hotter. 74 rating on the match. Great stuff here by both men. This is just fantastic stuff out of Kanyon and Jarrett. No complaints whatsoever. I have an idea of where I want to go with Kanyon and Jarrett. I think there's going to be some fun stuff going on. Jarrett being back in singles competition is awesome news. As much as I love BT James as a with a team with Jarrett, I think we're past that at this point. Jarrett needs to be on his own. So 74 rating there. We get a backstage promo from the Dudleys talking about the WCW Tag Team Championship match tonight, and that the franchise, Shane Douglas and Steve Corino, have no respect, and guys like that from ECW should have had respect, just like we did when we left ECW. We were installed with respect, and these two guys are trying to take these belts from us. We are carrying this tag team division. We are the best tag team in the world, and the franchise, you're going to find out once again that the Dudleys don't lose. The tag titles have advanced. Bubba Ray did a great job on the mic, and we got a 67 segment there. And this is just a feud recap between the franchise and the Dudleys. So this started with the franchise calling out the Dudleys for New Year's Eve Nitro. The Dudleys did get the win, retained the WCW Tag Team Championships, and then the franchise decided to attack them the following week and set up this match here for the pay-per-view, as the franchise feels like they've been looked over on the tag team division. And Shane Douglas says that he is the most decorated tag team wrestler in WCW, as he has 2 title reigns. He's hoping to make it a 3rd with his new partner. 69 rating there. Storyline has advanced. And about to had great heat and good wrestling. The Dudley Boys defeat the franchise in 12:33 when Devon pins Shane Douglas after a 3D. The Dudley Boys make defense number 4 of the WCW Tag Team Championships. In terms of in-ring work, Bubba Ray Dudley was head and shoulders above everybody else. Steve Corino at 59, Shane Douglas at 64, Devon at 72, Bubba Ray at 85. Tag titles have advanced and gained heat. Obviously, the Dudleys have excellent chemistry, and this match got the crowd hotter with an 81. Great stuff here, boys. This is what I love when I can do tag team wrestling like this, and the Dudleys are going to be my cornerstone for this division until I don't see fit. They are going to carry this division for as long as I can make it happen, and they're going to keep making stuff like this happen. We're going to roll with it. 81 there. They brought the franchise up to their par, which is awesome. Looking forward to seeing kind of where we go next. So, exciting stuff here. The Dudley Boys retain. And then post-match, just a little recap. The Tag Team Championships stay with the Dudleys as they celebrate in the ring after their hard-fought victory with a 74 rating. Good stuff here out of both teams. So, good stuff. We get a feud recap of the Guido and Sting. This was a match that I had started wanting to put at Starrcade, but obviously Guido got a little banged up. And then we've been building to it pretty much since the Mayhem match and getting to this point, and we're finally going to have a singles bout between Guido and Sting, as Guido had the WCW Championship match against Goldberg. Sting ruined that for him, as he so selfishly says. And Guido versus Sting is going to happen next. 74 rating on the 70 rating on the feud recap. And at about to had fantastic heat and great wrestling. The Guido defeats Sting after some interference from Super Crazy and Ray Gonzalez in 17:41 by pinfall with a River Darcy. Sting at 69, Guido at 79. The Malicious Dawn has advanced and a 75 rating on the match. This is the Guido's biggest victory of his career by far. Granted, obviously very, very cheap with the two guys getting involved. We're at a point with Sting where I can have him lose and it changes nothing in his perception. Because he is literally the franchise of WCW, and there's nothing wrong with him losing a match. We can always get him right back on top with no problem. And we are in 2003, and at this point, Sting is still solid, but I don't need him winning a lot of matches to stay relevant, whereas the Guido is a guy that, I I don't, as much as I would love to put the Guido as the WCW champion someday, I don't know if we're gonna get there. But at the same time, he's pretty awesome, and I've definitely had a hard time not putting him towards that WCW title. And he's definitely a guy I've been building around here in WCW. I mean, his militia has been since day one, since we started this save. So 75 rating on this great match between Guido and Sting. We get a backstage promo from Dustin Rhodes about his U.S. Championship match against Rhino, saying that he made a mistake in his match against Rhino at New Year's Nitro and allowed Rhino to pick up the pieces to get the victory. And tonight, he's not going to make that same mistake, as he is promising to bring back the WCW US Championship back to the Rhodes family. 69 rating on that promo from Dustin. And this is a feud recap between Dustin Rhodes and Rhino. So, Dustin Rhodes won the WCW United States Championship in a triple threat match at Starrcade 2002 by defeating Rhino and Buff Bagwell. However, he did get the pinfall over Buff and not Rhino. So, Rhino wanted his rematch at New Year's Nitro. He ended up winning his belt back, and this is how we've gotten here tonight. So 74 rating on that with Dustin and Rhino. In a bout that had great heat and good wrestling, Rhino defeats Dustin Rhodes in 1250 by pinfall with a gore. Rhino makes defense number 1 of his WCW United States Championship reign. Dustin Rhodes is 68, Rhino is 71. The U.S. title storyline has advanced, 75 rating by the match. So good stuff here, guys. Rhino still going to be champion, which is fine. Dustin Rhodes, you know what? We gave you a little rub with the U.S. belt at Starrcade, but I think we're going to have to go to a different idea with you. It's just right now we just got to find that where you kind of fall right now, to be honest. And Rhino's been fantastic. He's hit the push. Rhino is real. We're going to start kind of moving him wherever we need to at this point. But he's a great U.S. champion, and we're just going to keep moving forward. 75 rating on the match there. Post-match, Rhino celebrates retaining his WCW United States Championship over Dustin Rhodes. 68 rating. We get a backstage promo from Mr. Pay-Per-View, Rob Van Dam, on Mark Jindrak, saying that Mark Jindrak has been a disrespectful punk ever since he won that television championship. And tonight, Rob Van Dam is going to show once again to every fan, every WCW lovable fan that has loved RVD since he started here, that he is Mr. Monday Night, he's Mr. Pay-Per-View, and that Rob Van Dam is going to be next in line for the WCW Championship. 71 rating on the promo. Alright, and about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Rob Van Dam defeats Mark Jindrak in 1247 by pinfall with a 5-star frog splash. RVD in 92, Jindrak of 55. Storyline has advanced and gained heat. This match deserved better color commentary, which is fine. 77 rating on the match. Good job here. Van Dam is going on to something else going forward. Hopefully by Super Brawl will be his spot. I'd love to put RVD towards the main event because he very much deserves it. Jindrak, he's kind of been that floater right now where he's won the TV title. We're just trying to find something for him, you know, where he's obviously in the U.S. title picture, kinda, but he's kind of fallen on some hard times here ever since Starrcade, even since Mayhem, really. So nothing much to really say there, but RVD picks up a great win, and Jindrak has a great match as well. Goldberg is seen getting ready backstage for his WCW Championship match inside of a steel cage against a monster in Abyss. 74 rating out of that. And this is our feud recap. So, with Goldberg and Abyss, these two guys went to a last man standing match, I believe in July, where Abyss took out Goldberg, and the plan was to have Goldberg return about a week later or 2 weeks later, and he actually ended up getting hurt in a house show. So we kept him out of action all the way until Mayhem of 2002, which allowed Abyss to be the most dominant man in the company. Until Starrcade, where Goldberg was able to be crowned the WCW champion by beating Abyss. And we're finally in the final match between these two inside of a steel cage, where the loser of this match can no longer challenge for the WCW Championship as long as that man is champion. 74 rating on the hype package. And then both men are going to get elaborate entrances here. And here is our main event of the evening for Souled Out 2003. And about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Goldberg defeats Abyss in 23-26 by pinfall after a jackhammer. Goldberg makes defense number 2 of the WCW Heavyweight Championship. Abyss is 72, Goldberg in 82. The WCW Championship storyline has advanced and gained heat. There was some selling problems and psychology, which is fine. 79 rating on the match out of Bill and Abyss, which is awesome considering this match I fully expected to be in that realm. And Goldberg has now retained, which means a Monster Abyss can no longer challenge for the WCW Championship as long as Goldberg is champion. And then post-match, we're just having Goldberg celebrate to end the show as he stands on top of the top rope with the cage as he holds up the WCW Championship with a 67 rating. Let's see what we get for Souled Out 2003. Let's start off the year with a high note. Let's hope for like a 79. Really gain that popularity. Oh, we nailed it right on the head. 79. What a great pay-per-view to start 2003. We increased our popularity in 21 regions. Guys, we're on the road to really starting to challenge WWF or WWE in this game. And there's potential that we might be stealing a huge star from them to start off 2003. So stay tuned for that. We could really change the landscape with this signing, in my opinion. But a lot to unpack kind of going on. Great matches on this pay-per-view, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you like the video. Comment below if you got some ideas of who that potentially could be leaving WWE to come to WCW. And just tell me what you think of the save, guys. If you have someone that you really want to have me do something else with, let me know. If you guys are really enjoying what I'm doing, please just say that too. You know, I like feedback one way or the other. If you guys are really enjoying the shows, it makes me feel great because it makes sure that my sitting down and booking meetings with myself are worth it. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and we'll see you guys next Monday for the next Monday Nitro and Thunder.